Alright, yeah, for those that checked out my last little review on Descendant 3, you know, it's out now, so it's out, Americanized, whatever you want to call it, so there's really no excuse for nobody not to have it. If you got like the prerequisite games, fighting games, such as Street Fighter Alpha 2, you know what I'm saying, Tekken 2, which you should have been had by now. You owe it to yourself to get to Descendant 3. It's out now, and they've added other shit to it. Like they added a practice mode, added a new little view, because I had to import, so they added some stuff for you just to let you know it's actually better than the version I had before.
Did they change the voices in the American one?
They changed the voices, but get this, they actually give you an option where you can still listen to the Japanese voices, or if you can't stand listening to that, they translate it for you.
That's tight.
Yeah, so it's all good. Still 32 characters, the whole schmear. But now we're gonna talk about Tobal 2 now, the new joint, Tobal 2. Now it's not coming out, so
yeah, it's not coming out in the U.S.
Yeah, so if you shop import, which I can't see how you wouldn't if you own a PlayStation or Saturn, because they're just not blessing us out here in the States. They're coming, the games are just trickling down at such a slow speed. You're going to have to get Tobal 2, basically. It's the best fighting game on PlayStation ever. The best graphics, more characters than any other game. There's 200 plus characters in Tobal 2. The quest mode is all brand new and improved. Anybody that ever heard about the famous quest mode, it's like a mode. It's like a bonus game, basically. You have the basic fighting game, but then you got a bonus little quest mode. It's like some semi-RPG type mode where you run through towns, talk to people, gather up items, build up strength on your arms, your legs, your throw power you can build up as you go along. You get little magical potions and stuff that you don't know what they are till you drink them. You know what I'm saying? It's like all chance, like real life. You never know what's going to happen till it happens. So they got this mode that you could play. Every creature that you fight in quest mode, you could capture them. I'm not going to tell you how, but that's already too much. But there's a way you could capture the creatures, and then you could play as them in fighting mode. So like if you come across like a brown lizard, instead of killing them, just whoop them until he's almost dead, and there's a way you could capture the lizard. Then you could go to the regular fighting mode and fight against your friends as a lizard or whatever, slithering around on the ground. It's interesting, you know what I'm saying? But the fighting is spectacular. The graphics are the best graphics you have ever seen on PlayStation, period. It might be kind of hard to understand me just saying it, but if you've seen any screenshots or anything of this game, it don't even do the game justice. Still moves at 60 frames per second, silky smooth, something that you haven't been used to unless you play like Mega Mix or any of the other Virtua Fighter type games, or Virtua On or anything like that. Basically, it's the PlayStation's Virtua Fighter. That's as close as they're going to get to Virtua Fighter without having a Sega. The gameplay is ultra refined. They even have it now where if you run backwards too much, you'll trip over yourself. And if you're hit once while you're running backwards, you'll get dizzy. Now there's dizzies in the game. There's like 14 different characters you could be. There's a new character named Mark. He's like an alien or something, like he's a devil, I guess. They like break the seal underground trying to find like this Marmorin. It's like a special jewel that they have that gives them power, Marmorin. They break into this mine to try to get it and end up releasing Mark the Devil. So you fight him, you could capture him and be him. There's another version of him you could capture. There's psycho versions of all the characters in the game. You could be like people you talk to in the quest mode. Like you could talk to like this little townspeople or something. You could actually find a code where you could be those fools in fighting mode. I mean, it's just ridiculous, basically. The backgrounds, they're so much better than the first Tobal. Anybody that's seen the first Tobal, the backgrounds were 3D, so that's the only problem that's wrong with it. The only complaint is the backgrounds aren't 3D. which doesn't matter at all because they look so much better than any other game out there. It really doesn't matter. The characters themselves are created by Akira Toriyama. So anybody that's heard of Dragon Ball, he's the one that does Dragon Ball. Pretty famous guy. So he's done all the character designs on this. It's a big, big major hit in Japan, and the only reason they're not bringing it out here is because the first one didn't do all that good, which, to tell you the truth, isn't all that surprising because no one out here knows really who Akira Toriyama is or Dragon Ball. The characters are kind of quirky, like, they got like a chicken guy that you fight with. He's like a chicken alien. It's more like a comedy-type fighting game. So for those of you that are into the serious blood, you know what I'm saying, splashing everywhere, Mortal Kombat-type affair, you're probably not going to like it. But for all of those that are looking for a new type of fighting game, completely different, it's completely 360-degree movement. You can move anywhere you want on the board at any time. So you're not just fighting one-on-one. You could actually run around somebody. Somebody could do a move to you. You can run around them to the back of them, grab them from behind. Then after, there's a grappling system. So after they grab you, you can reverse it on them like pro wrestling. Like you could reverse the throw on them and then get them in a headlock. Then they could reverse it on you again and slam you. Or you could break out of their throws or whatever. It's madness, basically. It's better than any fighting game. It's more involved, more strategy than any fighting game. Everybody that liked Tekken 2 and liked Virtua Fighter, the same programmers that worked on Virtua Fighter 2 and Tekken 2 worked on this game. They basically left them two games and formed their own company and came up with Tobal. And it's a hit in Japan. You can't really go wrong. It's an import, though. It's going to hit you about $70 probably if you order it.
But well worth it.
Huh?
Well worth it.
What's that?
It's well worth it.
Oh,
right?
Definitely. More than worth it. You'll be more than pleased. It's not coming out here, so you could actually kind of throw that on there, too. You know, it's like an exclusive if you really want the tight shit and you're looking for it. But that's why I'm doing a review for it, because I keep up on those type of things. So that's that game, Tobal 2. The shit is tight.
Also in Tobal 2, fireballs are now allowed in the tournament, right?
Yeah, the fireballs. Yeah, they was X'd out of the first tournament. They were illegal, but now they're back. So you could throw, every person got a different way of throwing their fireball. And basically it takes part of your energy, so it takes away the cheapness of it. It's like Dragon Ball, basically. You charge up your fireball, and the longer you charge it, the more energy you take, but the more potent it is. So you could charge like half of your energy bar to do a fireball, and your other opponent can have all his energy, and you will just kill him instantly. Of course, if you get hit or something, you lost half your energy. But it's worth it if you actually pull it off and kill them. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it just add a whole new strategy to the game. Probably half the time you wouldn't have time to actually set up a fireball, but there's ways you could set it up within combos and stuff. Yeah. So it's just a little added gameplay bonus.
Cool.
Yeah, it's tight, though.
So what rating would you give it to Ball 2 for PlayStation?
Perfect score. There's nothing wrong with it except for, like I said, the 3D backgrounds. They're not 3D anymore, but that's a minor complaint. I mean, it's so much better. It's like, how could they even make a new one?
It is.
It's going to be hard for a fighting game to beat Tobal 2 before PlayStation play out.
Right. And
they come with the new PlayStation. I don't see any other fighter even coming close to Tobal 2, period. Not even Tekken 3. Tekken 3 in the arcade don't even look as good as Tobal 2. If you've seen Tobal 2 in the arcade, you would be impressed. You would be amazed.
It runs 60 frames per second and in high res, right?
Yep. High res, glossy, nice and smooth, the presentation. I mean, even my friends that don't even like the game at all must admit, they must just conform. It's the tightest.
What you think about the music?
The music is good. It's hella different from the first one, but believe me, like fans of the first one, it's different from the first one. So at first, you might be kind of disappointed, but the music is good. They got a lot of memorable tunes. Like, I walk around the house remembering some tunes, humming it to myself. You know, it's good. It's good all the way around.
So straight from Del, perfect score for Tobal 2.
Yep.
Cool. You got anything else to say to all the online heads?
Yeah. Don't forget, if you got a Saturn, get Fighters Mega Mix. It's out now. There's no excuse.
You want to go ahead and
huh?
You want to go ahead and bust a Fighters Mega Mix review?